Dear students, in the last class we were talking about the basic nature of matter or the basic properties of matter. What can be called as a matter? Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Today in this class we are going to the properties related to the three states of matter, means the solid, liquid and gas states of matter. Okay, coming to the first property, mass. We know that solids have mass, a definite mass. Liquids have also mass, we have proved it. Even gases also have mass, because by means of that balloon we have proved it here. Gases have a mass. Now the definite volume. We know that solids have definite volume. Even liquids also have a definite volume. Now gases do not have definite volume. Why? Because we can compress gas, so its volume can change. A particular mass of gas, its volume never stands constantly. It can change. Volume can change. So gases do not have a definite volume. Now, what about permanent shape? Of course, the solids have permanent shape. Liquids and gases do not have a permanent shape, you know that, because they attain the shape of the container, isn't it? Now, coming to the tiny particles of matter. I hope you are familiar with potassium permanganate. Are you? If you have gone to the dentist, after taking the teeth, he will give some black substance. If you keep 2-3 crystals in a glass of water, you can get a violet colored water. Okay? Now, you keep 2-3 crystals in a glass of water and closely observe. Can you see any tiny particles floating, or you can see inside the glass of water? No. But this glass of water completely changed to violet color, isn't it? So there are particles of potassium permanganate which changes the color of water into violet, but we can't see that. Okay, so the substance possesses very tiny particles, even cannot be seen with our eyes. That's what I came to say. Okay, now take the case of sugar. Take a spoon of sugar and put it in the glass of water and stir it properly. Okay, then taste it. You know that every part of that water will taste the taste of sugar. Then what does it show? All over the water the presence of sugar is there, tiny particles of sugar is there, but if you look with your naked eye, you can't see any tiny particles. So we can come to a conclusion like this: each substance is made up of tiny particles, very tiny particles, which cannot be seen with our naked eyes. These particles bear all the properties of the substance. So tiny particles, all these tiny particles bear all the properties of the substance. Now we are talking about these tiny particles, how they are arranged in solids, liquids and in gases. Before entering to that discussion, we have to understand these facts. Particles have a distance between them. Even though they are in solids, even though they are closely packed, they have a distance between them which we cannot see with our naked eyes. Even liquid particles also have some distance between them. Gases, definitely it is there, we can understand. And particles move continuously. Okay. Now at the beginning of this class, I asked a question whether the particles in a solid move or not. Yes, it is moving it is moving, what kind of a motion we will see later. Now, particles attract one another. All these facts we have to understand before entering to this discussion. Now we are going to see the arrangement of particles in different states of matter. Look to this picture. The first picture you can see the arrangement of particles in solids. It's almost closely packed, you can see from this figure. And in the second figure you can see the particles are flowing down, or they are very loosely packed. Okay, so they are flowing down. Now in the gases, coming to the gases, the particles are spreaded all over, isn't it? They are not at all closely packed, they are not even flowing, they are spreading everywhere. So these are the comparison of arrangement of particles in different states of matter. Now as the arrangement of particles changing, the states of matter also is changing, or we can say by the change of matter, change of state, the arrangement of particle is changing. Now we can fill this this flow chart here given. A solid on heating will get liquid. Take the case of ice cube. On heating we are getting water. Now when water is again further heated, we will get water vapor. So the changes of state we can identify from here. And in the reverse order, if you cool down the gas, you will get liquid, that means water, and if you still cool down the water, you will get ice cube, that means solid we will get. So according to the changes of these states, the arrangement of particles also is changing. Now all these changes of matter can be called by certain names. Let's see what are they called. Solid changes to liquid is called a liquefaction, while liquid changes to solid is called a solidification. Now liquid changes to gas, we call that as vaporization, while gas changes to liquid, we call that as condensation. I think you are familiar with all these words. Okay, now coming back, gas changes to solid, which is known as solidification, while solid changes directly to gas is known as sublimation. That's a new word, I hope. Solid changes to gas directly, that is called a sublimation. Now here is a table given. You can fill this table according to the changes of state. It is given here. When solid changes into liquid, what happens to the movement of particles? It increases. Now what happens to the distance between the particles? When solid changes to liquid, the distance increases. Now what happens to the attraction between the particles? It decreases, isn't it? Now what happens to the energy of the particles when solid changes to liquid? Energy increases. Since the energy increases, they can move little more freely, isn't it? Because of the increasing of the energy. Now in the changing of liquid to gas also you can compare all these situations. Let's try. When liquid changes to gas, what happens to the movement of the particles? It gets more freedom to move. Now distance between the particles increases. Now attraction between the particles decreases, still decreases. Now energy of the particles increases. Like this whole table you have to fill later. Okay.